So you're very welcome to this week's NCBI Labs live event. So what are we talking about today? Well, particularly during lockdown, a lot of people are catching up with their favorite shows and movies using online services. One of the biggest services of them all is Netflix. But if you're a VoiceOver user, can you access Netflix? Can you sign up and watch your favorite shows too using Netflix? Or using VoiceOver with Netflix? Well, Daniel Dunn is with us to show us exactly how you can do that. And he'll be here to answer your questions on that a little bit later as well. We'll just move on to the next slide if we can. We've got some slides on the screen at the moment. So we'll just show what's up for today. And what about if you want to use your Google Home device to access Netflix? Well, that's actually one of a number of features that's covered in the second part of our Google Home overview with Joe Lonergan. So we're looking forward to that a little bit later as well. And of course, please do post your questions for either Daniel or Joe in the question panel to the right of the screen. If you have any questions at all, please do send them through on the questions panel on the right of the screen, or you can email us at labs@ncbi.ie. That's labs@ncbi.ie, and we'll be happy to put those to our panel today. And then our final piece today, seeing it your way. We look at how you use technology every week to make life that little bit easier. And our guest this week is Joe McPhillips, who apparently is quite keen on Apple devices. Well, it's not really a rare thing at the moment, it seems. But we look forward to hearing from Joe a little bit later on in the show. So who else is joining us today? Well, we have a good complement of Labs NCBI technology trainers with us today. We have Sean Doran, we have JP Corcoran, Daniel Dunn, and Joe Lonergan, all joining myself, Jude Marr, all ready for another jam-packed event this week. Just a reminder again, if you have any comments about our live events or feedback as to what you'd like to see, you can also use that same email address, labs@ncbi.ie. We love getting your feedback and your comments, so please do send us through an email with your comments on it if there's anything particular that you'd like us to cover in a future live event. And you can use that address for questions today as well, as we mentioned earlier, as well as the question panel on the right. Okay, so let's get back to Netflix. You've probably got a long list of things that you'd like to watch, or things that you've heard of other people saying that they're enjoying watching. But how can you access Netflix using VoiceOver? Well, let's join our technology trainer, Daniel Dunn, to find out. Okay, so we seem to be just having a little bit of a technical issue. Please bear with us just a moment and we'll try and sort through this.
Fun app book pod TV stop measure set Safari. Double tap to open.
Welcome to today's NCBI Labs app in focus, and we are going to take a look at signing up for Netflix and using the app with audio description on. Now, I'm going to switch on VoiceOver to assist our viewers on how to do this process with the screen reader system for Apple.
Photo booth.
Okay.
Double tap to open.
So I've landed on my home screen here, and I'm just going to swipe left until I get to my browser.
Home, page 1 of 4. FaceTime. Calendar, clock, home, phone, camp, room, no, void, comp, map, fun, app, book, pod, TV, stop, measure, set, Safari. Double tap to open.
Okay, so my web browser on the iPad is Safari, and I've got to open that first and visit netflix.com to commence the sign-up process. Unfortunately, you cannot sign up from within the app. You must visit the website netflix.com to perform this action. So I'm going to double tap now and open Safari.
Safari. Text field is editing. Netflix.
Okay, so I've landed now on the Netflix homepage and I'm going to swipe until I get to the email address sign up field.
Sign in. Link. Unlimited. Watch anywhere. Ready to watch. Email address. Text field. Double tap to edit. Use the rotor to access misspelled words. Insertion point at end.
So I'm going to start typing in my email address there after double tapping on that field to activate it. So it's
NCBIDST12 at bit12 GMAIL full stop COM.
So after entering my email address, I will swipe right to the join us button.
Email address. Join us. CTA_link_start signab button.
And I'm going to double tap on that to activate the join us button.
Join us. Text field is editing. Netflix visited link.
Okay.
Actions available.
So it comes up to an overview of the service to choose your plan. So I'm going to just swipe right through this.
Sign in. Step 1 of 3. Choose your plan. No commitments. Cancel at any time. Everything on Netflix for one low price. Unlimited viewing on all your devices. See the plans. Button _C_ plans. Button.
Okay, so that's the see the plans button, and we'll double tap on that to see what the different plans are. Just to let you know that if you do require assistance at this stage, Netflix customer service number is 1-800, which is a free phone number. So 1-800-948-616. They can assist you here as well. If not, do contact your local NCBI IT trainer.
Yes. Row 5. Column 2.
Okay, so when we get on to the next page, it's titled Choose the Plan That's Right for You. By default, it's set to premium, so we're just going to swipe left. Unfortunately, it pops you into the middle of the page, so we'll just swipe left to go back to choose a plan.
Watch 4, 2, 1. Script. Yeah. No. No. Yeah. No. 11 euros. 7 monthly. Text fee. Standard. Rate basic.
Okay, so I'll just give you a quick overview of the three plans. You've got basic, standard, and premium. The basic one costs €8 per month. Standard costs 12, and the premium costs 16. And the differences between those are on your standard and premium, you get HD quality picture. On the premium, then you get Ultra HD quality picture. And with the three plans, then you can have different users watching on at the same time. So with the basic, it allows one user. Standard for €12 is 2 users, and the premium for 4 users that can watch Netflix at any one time is €16 a month. Now you can share the one user plan, with other family members. It just means that only one person can watch the platform at a time. So just bear that in mind if you have more family members. All the plans will allow you to watch on your laptop, your TV, your phone, your tablet. It can carry across many different devices, and all the plans will also give you unlimited access to all the films and TV programs that they have on their library. And all three plans allow you to cancel at any time. Just to bear in mind as well, you get your first month free with Netflix. So if you don't like it after 30 days, just simply log in on the website, netflix.com, sign into your account, and choose the cancel membership button.
Screen dimmed. Standard. Radio but basic.
I'm just going to choose the basic package for today's demonstration. So I'm going to double tap on that.
Basic. Ticked.
So it says basic tick, just confirms. I'm going to swipe right several times to go back down to get to the continue button.
Step pre set 11 8 no yeah no 1 2 4 1 yeah text terms of for more deep continue plan selection _button _continue button.
Okay, so as I was swiping right there, I just went back through the confirmation of the different packages that I spoke about a few moments ago. So I'm going to double tap now and continue to get to the second stage of the sign up.
Loading. Text field is editing. Terms of use. Link.
Okay, so when we land on this page, we are quite far down the page. It puts us on the terms of use. So I got to swipe left several times to get back to my continue button.
Helps. Free. 1. Questions. Continue. Registration _button _continue. Button.
And double tap here.
Continue. Reg form _button _continue.
Okay, so here we get to the screen where it looks for a password. We've already gave it our email address at the start. So again, it's kind of popped me in halfway down the page. So I'm just going to swipe left to get back to popping in the password.
Please do not add a password. Text field is editing. Insertion point at start. Add a password. Secure text field is editing. Insertion point at start.
Okay, so when I got
Use the rotor to access misspelled words.
When I got to the add the password, I just double tap there to allow me enter in that. So we are just going to go with a password here. Okay, and when I'm happy with that, I'll just swipe right a couple of times to get back to the continue button.
Add a please continue. Reg form _button _continue. Button.
And I double tap that then to continue.
Loading. Back. Button.
Okay, so next is the set up your payment screen. It's landed me at the very top left of the page where the back button is highlighted. So I just swipe right several times to get down through the page.
Forward. Show form address. Reload. Share. New tab. Text. Sign out. Step 3 of 3. Set up your payment. Your membership starts as soon as you set up payment. No commitment. Cancel online at any time. Secure serve. Credit or debit card. Link.
So that's the
Actions available.
Credit or debit card link. I can double tap there to pop in my credit card details. Below that, you also have the option, if you keep swiping right, you have the option to sign up and pay with PayPal, which can be handy. And finally, there's another option below PayPal again called gift code. And if you've received a gift, maybe as a birth present or for Christmas, where somebody has bought you Netflix credit, you can use that there to activate the credit that they've given you and use that against your monthly plans. So for today's demonstration, I'm going to go with the credit card. So please don't listen in as I enter in my personal details.
Security code, CVV.
Okay. So it has landed me in here looking for the security code of my credit card, but I am going to swipe left a couple of times because it's looking for more details, which is my first name, last name, card number, and expiry date. So I'll just swipe left to go back to those fields.
Secure card last first name.
Okay, so I'll double tap here and enter that.
Text field is editing. A-L.
Okay, so it's my first name in, swipe right.
Last name, text field.
And a double
tap to edit. Use the rotor to access misspelled words. Insertion point at end. Caps U-E.
So I've entered in my last name, and the next up is my card number.
Last card number, text field, insertion point at end. 4 3 1 9 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0 2. Card number, expiry date, mm/1, insertion point at end.
So we'll go with our expiry date.
6/2 2. Expiry security code, CVV, text field. Insertion point at end. 1 2 3. Secure basic plan.
Okay, so after entering in those details, it just swipe right and it'll confirm that you're on the basic plan.
€7.99/mo.
And it's confirming that it's €7.99 per month. So I'll just keep swiping right to get to the continue button. And then
change by clicking the terms of use and that you are over 8 privacy state. You agree that your membership will begin. Start paid membership button.
So just before I got to the start paid membership button, it just gives me the terms and conditions, which you can review. sometimes it's good to do that. It also emphasizes that you must be over 18 to use the service, and that your chosen plan will be debited from your bank account once a month. So we'll start our paid membership here now.
Control Center, airplane mode. Safari, text field, is editing. Netflix, visited, link.
Okay, so
Actions available.
after putting in our credit card details and starting the membership, we get to our Welcome to Netflix page. And it just confirms that your membership has begun at €8 a month, and you can cancel online at any time. And just to reiterate, you must visit the Netflix.com website to cancel your membership. You can also use the free phone number that I read out earlier as well. So I'm just going to swipe right here and discover the options on this page.
Sign out. Welcome to Netflix. Your Netflix password. Your phone number will unpronounceable. Mobile phone number. Text field.
Okay.
Double tap to edit. Use the rotor to access misspelled words.
There is a little option in here for mobile phone number, which you can enter in. And this is handy in case you forget your membership password. And if that happens, you can reset your password. It will text a code to your mobile phone via text message, which is free. And you can use that as part of the password reset option. But for today's purposes, I'm just going to skip over that and go straight for the continue button to begin my Netflix membership.
Mobile continue. Button _ continue. Button. Text field.
Okay, so the next screen pops up then. It'll ask you what devices will you be watching on. It obviously optimizes the services based on what devices you'll be using. So there's plenty of options here. You have smart screen TV or Blu-ray player, phone or tablet, desktop or laptop, set-top box, streaming media player, your Sony PlayStation, your Microsoft Xbox, or your Nintendo Wii. So they're all the devices that are currently supported. And you can swipe right down to those and double tap on any of those to activate them if you are going to sign in on those devices. So I'm just going to swipe right.
You smart phone or tablet. Tick box. Unticked.
Okay, so
Double tap to toggle setting.
I am going to be watching on a tablet, so I'm going to double tap on that. And after that, I'm going to swipe right to skip down through the rest of the list to get to the continue button.
Ticked. Desktop stream PlayStation Xbox Wii U continue button _ continue button.
Okay, so I'm on the continue button now after selecting the phone and tablet. I also, by default, you have your desktop or laptop ticked, so that's done for you. So we'll continue. And it brings you up to the next page. Who will be watching Netflix? Even though I am on a single user account, I can add in different profiles, and that will allow those people who you add to your profile, they have kind of their own sign-in screen. It doesn't cost any extra for this, but it does mean that if somebody is watching the same series as you, it won't, continue on from where they have stopped watching. So it's handy for, people managing their own progression to, let's say a series of a program that has about 20 episodes, and it will track those for you automatically. So I am not going to enter in any additional names here on my own on this account. So it's up to you if you want. Just swipe right through the fields here and enter in the names if you do wish to add more people to have their own profiles.
Your name, continue, button _ continue, button.
Okay, so it automatically puts in your own name as the default profile, leaving you 4 spaces to add in extra people if you so wish. So I'll double tap now on the continue button.
Loading. Text field is editing. Pandemic, how to prevent an outbreak. Image, sign.
Okay, to help Netflix's algorithm recommend programs for you to watch, it asks that you choose 3 programs that you may like. from a list of about 30 here, and based on those, they will recommend extra content for you. So I'm just going to pick 3 random ones from the list here, and then double tap on each one to add that, and then I'm going to swipe left to get back to my continue button.
Pandemic, how to prevent an outbreak. Image. A fall from grace. Image. Action, a fall from grace. Image. Crash landing on you. Image. Action, crash landing on you. Image.
So there are just 3 random titles that I've picked all side by side, and I'm going to swipe left now to get back to my continue button and double tap on that.
A Fall, Pandemic, The Crown, Afterlife, Peter Rabbit, Black Mirror, Better Call Saul, South Park, Stranger Thing, Outland. Continue, button _ continue, button. Loading.
Okay.
Unpronounceable. Heading level 2. Article. Landmark.
Okay, so it has logged me into Netflix on the Safari browser, but for a better viewing experience, I want to use the Netflix app, which I've previously downloaded from the App Store into my iPad. But before I do, I am going to go into my iPad settings, and I'm going to activate the audio descriptions, which will instruct Netflix to automatically play audio descriptions within their programming. Most programs and films on the Netflix platform have audio description included, so there's quite a good amount of programming there with audio description. So I'm just going to return to my home screen now.
App switcher, suggestions, Safari, settings. Double tap to open.
So I'm in
settings.
I'm into my iPad settings, and I'm just going to scroll down until I get to the accessibility menu.
Open, white, blue, note, sound, do not, screen, selected, control center, display and bright, home screen and dock, accessibility, button.
I'll double tap now on accessibility to get into the menu.
Accessibility, heading.
And in here, I am looking for audio descriptions.
Accessibility, vision, VoiceOver, zoom, magnet, display, motion, spoken audio descriptions, on, button.
So it's at the bottom of the vision section, so I'll double tap on that.
Accessibility, audio descriptions, on.
Okay, so
double tap to toggle setting.
It informs me the audio descriptions has already been on, but to switch that on or off, I just simply double tap. So I'll double tap here.
Off.
Informs me it's off, so I'll just double tap it one more time to switch it back on.
On.
Okay, so with the audio descriptions on, I am now going to exit the settings and return to my home screen.
App switcher, settings, active. Swipe up with 3 fingers to close the app. App switcher, Safari, closing FaceTime.
Okay.
Double tap to open.
Now I'm at my home screen, and I'm just going to swipe right several times to get my Netflix app and open that.
Cap, clock, poll, phone, camp, remote, no, void, comp, map, find, app, book, pod, TV, med, sets of page 1, doc, music, mail, files, suggestions, Netflix.
Okay.
Double tap to open.
Double tap Netflix to open the app.
Netflix, button.
Now, so I'm going to swipe right now until we get to the member sign-in button.
Help, privacy, trying to watch on it, download and go, no pesky contract, page 404, member sign-in, button.
Double tap here.
Email or phone number, text field. Double tap to edit.
Okay, so we double tap that and we pop in the email address that we used on the web sign-up page.
Email or phone number, NCBIDST12 at BIDS12GMARL full stop COM.
And when I have my email address in, I'll swipe right until I get to the password field, double tap on that to enter my password.
Password, Secure insertion point at end.
And I'm happy with that. I'll swipe right until I get to the member sign in button and double tap on that.
Show sign in button. Sign in children button.
So after signing in, it pops us on a children's profile, but I want to choose my own, so I'm going to swipe left and get to my own name and then double tap on that.
Selected. Daniel. Load. New.
And after signing in on my own profile,
No active category filters.
it alerts me here. There's a pop-up window. It just tells me about the new download and go service, which Netflix have included recently, and it will allow you to download episodes or an entire movie into the memory of your iPad or your Android device, whichever you're using. And then if you're on the go where Wi-Fi reception can be patchy or non-existent, you can watch your downloaded program without interruption. So it might be handy for people who are on the move. So I'm just going to swipe right and get to the OK button.
Download. Look for this symbol to see what you can download. OK button.
Okay, so after closing that off, I am now on my Netflix home screen, and swiping right will bring me through the menus.
Series button.
So if I want to
Filter by series.
If I want to look at all the series that Netflix offer, I can double tap on that and it'll bring me to that library. By swiping right, it'll bring me to the
Films button.
Again,
Filter by films.
Again, I can see all the movies that Netflix have uploaded to their platform that you can watch. After that, then we have the recently added.
Recently added button. Filter by recently added.
So if you're an experienced Netflix user and you've watched quite a good bit of their content and you want to see, is there anything new on the platform, that's where that will be. And after that, then we have the My List.
My List button. Filter by My List.
So at the sign up, it asks us to put in 3 programs that we may like, and that has been added to my list. You can add more stuff to your list, which is handy if you're coming across titles and you say, I might like to watch that later. You can add them and they will be easily found there in your list. But I'm going to swipe right now to go down through the library. We are going to load a program and listen to the audio description as part of the program.
Search, new episode coming up. He has his world, play, my list, crash landing, I fall from, pandemic, popular, dead to me, money heist, becoming, the king, the last, extraction, tiger, never have I, Wecken Mob, afterlife, Ozark, button.
Okay, so
display details.
We'll open up the first episode here of Ozark, which is a popular program currently on Netflix. So I'll double tap on that.
Close button. 3 faces. Face 1, face 2, face 3, adult.
Okay, so that's just a title card for the Ozark, and if I swipe right again, it'll give me the play button.
Play Ozark button.
And as we start this, you will hear the audio description coming into play.
Play. Violence, injury detail,
and
threat.
Into a spectrum of colors.
Words appear on a black background. A Netflix original series, Ozark.
Season 1, Episode 1, Sugarwood.
Reflects off the surface of a lake. A small motorboat sits in an overgrown
Show controls
device
button.
inside.
Scratch. Wampum. Dough. Sugar. Clams. Loot. Bills. Bones. Bread. Bucks. Money. That which separates the haves from the have-nots.
A man pulls 2 pullers through the woods.
But what is money? It's everything if you don't have it, right? Half of all American adults have more credit card debt than savings.
He pauses to rest.
25% have no savings at all. And only 15% of the population is on track to fund even 1 year of retirement. Suggesting what?
On the boat, he puts catfish on ice in the coolers.
The middle class is evaporating? Or the American dream is dead?
He drives the boat across the lake.
You wouldn't be sitting there listening to me if the latter were true. You see, I think most people just have a fundamentally flawed view of money. Is it simply an agreed upon unit of exchange for goods and services? $3.70 for a gallon of milk? $30 to cut your grass?
Okay, so double tap the screen there just to pause that. So that is the audio description going in the background. It kind of describes the man walking up a hill. He takes a pause and then he's getting on a boat to row across a lake. So they're the features that would not normally be there present unless you have the audio descriptions enabled from your system's, your iPad system settings menu. So thank you very much for watching. And again, if you need any assistance on setting up Netflix and working it, please do get in contact with your local NCBI IT support trainer. Thank you very much.
Control center, on plane mode.
Very good. So thanks very much, Daniel. Really appreciate that. The video there hopefully has kind of demystified the process a little bit for any who are thinking of using the Netflix app. Now, Daniel is here with us to answer some questions as well about Netflix. So maybe, Daniel, if you can unmute, very good. And I think, JP, have you been monitoring the questions?
Yeah.
Excellent.
We've had a few questions here come in. Very interesting presentation. Thanks, Daniel. So there's a few questions here, Daniel. I might just check with you. The first one came in from someone who's asking, is it easy to turn off the audio descriptions? Because this person shares his iPad's Netflix account with his brother.
Yeah, it is. As we were going through the settings there, after the sign up on the web, if you remember back there, we had to go into the iPad settings and go to the accessibility and turn on the audio descriptions. So that process, just do the reverse of that. Go back into the system settings, down to accessibility, and turn off the audio description before handing the iPad back. Will be good practice there, to save someone having to do that.
Okay, that's great to know it can be done. So next thing is there a list of titles on Netflix where AD or audio descriptions included?
There is indeed. Netflix have a list. You have to go to their website, and even if you just type it into Google, list of audio description titles on Netflix, and the first result that comes up there in Google will bring you to the page where they list out all their audio description enabled programs. And to be fair to Netflix, they kind of came under criticism at the start that they were not catering for visually impaired or blind people in the early days, but they really have ramped up their coverage of titles, so there's quite a bit there to go through. And in fact, you'll find most of the titles I think are done at this stage.
Right. So more titles than there used to be, I suppose, Daniel.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. There's just one final question for me here that came in. Is it easy to upgrade or to downgrade your Netflix subscription?
It is, surprisingly enough. You probably you wouldn't be too far wrong in thinking that it's easier to upgrade than to downgrade. But in fact, if you do go to the web page and sign into your account, you can change your plan quite easily. So whether it's going upgrading or downgrading, it's a lot easier than it is with Sky, I will have to say. So I'll give Netflix a big thumbs up for that. They do have an easier process than that. Yeah. So it isn't too difficult at all.
Excellent. Well, thanks for answering those questions, Daniel. They're all the questions I have for now.
Can I just add one?
And, I was just going to mention something actually, Daniel. Just at the end of that video, we saw you playing the Netflix, one of the series there. But on our screen, it seemed to come up as black. Now, I presume that wasn't just a black thing that was playing. It wasn't just a dark scene, was it?
No, you're dead right, Jude. What happened there is I done screen capture on the iPad to produce that guide, and to stop copyright, Netflix detects if screen capture recording is going. And even though the video will play perfectly on the iPad, when you go back to play back your screen capture recording, it has blacked it out. So that will stop people thinking, oh, here's a handy way I can record this series and pass it on to my buddy down the road. They have cottoned on to that and brought in technology to stop that happening. So,
so if anyone has that idea, it's just not going to work.
It's not like the old days where you press record on your tape recorder and record the songs off the radio. That's long gone.
So don't try and press record on the tape recorder. Very good. Thanks for explaining that for us as well, Daniel, and thanks for the excellent video. Just apologies there, by the way, if anybody had any issues with hearing the audio on that. We'll make sure to adjust that when we're making this available on YouTube afterwards. So if you're wanting to catch up with that again afterwards, the audio should be a little bit better balanced out when you view it on YouTube afterwards. So thanks again to Daniel for that. That was an excellent item to cover, and a really useful app. I think so many people use it these days that it's great that it's so accessible with VoiceOver. Okay, so last week we had the chance to have a look at some of the features of the Google Home smart speaker. And this week we have the chance to look at the second part of that overview, courtesy of technology trainer Joe Lonergan.
Okay, we move on now to using Netflix. This is and YouTube. So what I did is I bought a Chromecast. Chromecast are about €40. They're great devices. They almost turn your TV into a smart TV. So it connects brilliantly with the Google Nest Mini, and it's great if you're subscribed to the likes of Netflix, and it plays YouTube really well also. You can also cast from your laptop, and you can cast from your iPhone, from playing the RT player, for example, or the TV3 player. I think it's called Virgin Media Player now. So we're going to try and play a few things now and see how we go on. So, okay, Google, turn on the TV. So it should take a few seconds to turn the TV on. Now, great. So you can also control the volume and things like that from this device, because it's connected through HDMI, so it kind of takes over the TV when you activate it. So I'm going to try and play a fitness video. So we're all doing home workouts at the moment. Well, some of us anyway. You need your hands free when you're doing a home workout. I'll try the NCBI home workout, see if we can find it. Okay, Google, play Iona Fitness Video, Session 3 on YouTube.
All right, here are some options showing on Lonergan's TV. Which one would you like?
Number 1.
Sure, playing on Lonergan's TV.
Okay, Google, pause. So we see James Flanagan coming up on the screen, and he's given instruction on exercise to people that are visually impaired. If you want to pause it, you see, I just said, okay, Google, pause, and you can say, okay, Google, play, and you can also say, okay, Google, next episode. Okay, Google, volume 50%.
Session 3, week 2.
So James has a bit of country and western music in the background. So I can okay, Google, pause. And okay, Google, play. So it's really easy. And you see, it found something on the internet for us on YouTube fairly easy. If you give it the right name, it will more than likely find it. It obviously comes up with it's not perfect. Okay, Google, stop casting. So if you're interested in listening to or watching something else, like James isn't on every day, but there's another person very popular on YouTube at the moment, Joe Wicks, and I've heard a lot of people getting involved, and he's very good at describing exercises also. So I'm going to try Joe Wicks now. Okay, Google, play Joe Wicks Sweat Challenge, day 8.
Okay, here are some options shown on Lonergan's TV. Which one would you like?
Cancel. Okay,
Which one
Google,
would you like?
play Joe Wicks Sweat Challenge, day 7 on YouTube.
Sure, playing Joe Wick's Sweat Challenge Day 7 from YouTube on Lonergan's TV.
Good.
Welcome back to the Body Coach TV.
Great, the Body Coach TV comes on and you can hear Joe. Okay, Google, volume 60%.
Today's session, we are going to have a record.
So when I say Google's name, it slightly reduces the volume so it can hear me also. So I can go to the next episode, and I can also fast forward 20 minutes if I wanted to. Okay, Google, next episode.
Welcome back to the Body Coach TV. This video is designed specifically to cool you down after a HIIT session. Whether that's on a bike, a treadmill, body weight exercises, you're going to need time to
Great.
build muscles.
Okay, we get your idea.
Really important. We
So,
open up your jaw.
okay, Google,
Flexible.
stop casting.
Breathe.
So as you can see, you could search for anything. You could look for, let's say, goals from football matches you might have been interested in the past, or if you're feeling nostalgic, you can look for reeling in the year or something like that. So you could have hours of fun watching stuff back on YouTube, and it's very easy. So also, this connects to Netflix. Netflix has become very popular because of the situation we're in at the moment. It was even more, it was very popular before that, but it's got 15 million worldwide subscribers at the moment. So, and also the great thing about Netflix is it has audio description. So you have to go into the Netflix app, go into more settings, go into audio and subtitles, and turn on English audio description. So you'll probably hear the audio description come on when I try to play something here. I'm going to try to play the most popular thing on Netflix at the moment, which is, okay, Google, play Tiger King on Netflix.
Sure, Tiger King from Netflix. Playing on Lonergan's TV.
Hopefully now it'll start playing. So there it is, it played in the middle of an episode I was watching before. So you want to go back to the previous episode? Okay, Google, previous episode. Should hear the audio description going on now. Okay, you can also fast forward. Okay, Google, fast forward 20 minutes. So as you can see, you have almost total control. Okay, Google, pause. So you can also play the films on Netflix. So if you're feeling nostalgic again, you can try something like, okay, Google, play Goodfellas on Netflix.
All right, Goodfellas from Netflix. Playing on Lonergan's TV.
So there's Joe Pesci. That's great. So really easy again, as you can see. Works very fluid. So I'm going to stop it now. Okay, Google, turn off the TV. So another thing the Google Nest Mini is really good is playing news. So for example, you can have your news set up in the Google Home app. You can subscribe to what type of news you're interested in. For example, RTE, sports news, not much of that around at the moment, technology news, that kind of thing. So I'll try something now. Hey Google, I want to listen to the news.
Here's the latest news. Continuing RTE news at 3:12 p.m. today.
For COVID-19 per week by the middle of next month. The current capacity is 10,000.
You hear the news starts playing.
And is to be considered by government.
Okay, Google.
They're meeting there.
Next story.
Sorry, I don't understand.
This week, the chief executive of the HSE.
Okay, Google.
Outlined.
Next story.
The key issues for the executive.
Normally, you're supposed to go to my next news item, which will be Tech Radar. I won't waste much more time on that, but we can go into it another time. I'll try another thing that's really good at explaining, I suppose, news bias about a specific subject. So, for example, okay, Google, give me news about Donald Trump.
CNN has this update. In a brief, Trump blames press for furor over disinfectant comments. CNN, the furor over President Donald Trump's toxic suggestion that the coronavirus might be treated with an injection of disinfectant mounted Sunday as the president avoided the briefing room and one of his top medical advisors insisted his remarks were misinterpreted after several days in which state public health officials have rushed to issue urgent warnings to Americans about the dangers of ingesting disinfectant. The White House coronavirus response coordinator sidesteps the opportunity to amplify that message Sunday. There were 2 other articles, which I've sent to your phone. Do you want to hear the first one?
No, thank you. Great. So, as you can see, she said she'd sent 2 other articles to my phone. So, if I felt like it, I could get them read out, or I could even ask to listen to them as well, just like the one before that. So you can ask for any subject you like, and it'll find it from the Google search engine, which is great, really. So, okay, what else can we do? So I've done the news. I'm going to move on now and talk about smart lighting. So smart lighting, why would we need smart lighting? Well, it can become really useful for lots of different reasons. Some people like different coloured lights in their room. Some people like to dim their lights. Also, certain vision impairments might like really bright lights or day simulation lights. You used to be able to buy day simulation light bulbs, which you can't anymore because the wattage is too high. But with the smart lights, you can get lights like that. Also, when you're away from your home, you can turn your lights on to ward off intruders, and people will think there's somebody in the house. You can turn them on maybe at 8 or 9 o'clock, stuff like that. So I'm going to try and I'll show you now how to turn the light on and off and change the colour. Okay, Google, turn family room light on.
Okay, turning smart light 1 on.
Great, hopefully you can see the lamp on the right hand side. Okay, Google, change family room light to blue.
Okay, changing smart light 1 to blue.
Okay, Google, dim family room light.
Sure, dimming smart light 1.
Okay, Google, put family room light at max brightness.
Sure, setting smart light 1 brightness to 100%.
Great. So also I can put it on daylight simulation. Okay, Google, put family room light to daylight simulation.
On the website Forbes.com.
Okay, Google, set smart light 1 to daylight simulation.
Okay,
there we go.
Changing smart light 1 to daylight.
Okay, great. So it's also easy, and it connects to your Google Home app via Bluetooth, so you don't have to go putting Wi-Fi passwords in or anything like that. So it's fairly easy set up, and it talks you through the steps, and you're allowed to give it a name. So, for example, what room it's in, family room, kids room, or whatever. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to mention was you can connect it to smart devices in your home, such as if you had a doorbell or Sarah Hoover, or in my case, I have a washing machine. So, okay, Google, turn on the washing machine.
Okay, starting the washer.
So you might have either heard a slight beep in the background. The washing machine went on. There's loads of other things you can do with the washing machine. But I can go into them another day. You can go to the Samsung app on your phone and go through all the different cycles and set the temperature, all that kind of stuff. Okay, Google, stop the washing machine.
Okay, stopping the washer.
Great. So the next thing I want to talk about is recipes. Recipes, as you know, when you're in the kitchen, if you have a poor eyesight, you can't read your step-by-step instructions off a piece of paper, or you can't read cookbooks. So the Google Assistant is great like that. I think that's why they call it the assistant. It really is an assistant when it comes to the kitchen. So it can give you step-by-step instructions of what to do and while you're doing them. So I'm going to ask for a recipe, and I don't have time to go through the whole lot, but I will skip to the step where the timer is, and hopefully it'll give a good example of what we can do. Okay, Google, give me a recipe for roast chicken.
Got it. I've got a recipe called Classic Roast Chicken and Gravy from BBC Good Food. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Great. Would you like to start with ingredients or instructions?
Instructions, please.
There are 15 steps. I'll read them one by one. When you're ready to hear more, you can say next step. First step, heat oven to 190 degrees Celsius, fan 170 degrees Celsius, gas 5.
Okay, Google. Next step.
Second step, have a shelf ready in the middle of the oven without any shelves above it.
Okay, Google. Skip to step 5.
Sit the chicken on the vegetables. Smother the breast and legs all over with 25 grams softened butter, then season the outside with salt and pepper.
Okay, Google. Next step.
Place in the oven and leave, undisturbed, for 1 hour 20 minutes.
Okay, Google. Set the timer for 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Okay, 1 hour and 20 minutes. Starting now.
Great. So that was easy, and it led on to the timer, which is good also. So you can imagine how that would help you in the kitchen. And you don't have to be on the ball or, listening all the time. You just ask Google, give you the next step, as you can see. So it does, it sinks in with the time or how quick or how slow you are at cooking and preparing your food. So that's getting a recipe. You can see that is really easy. If you want to practice any of the things that I have showed you today in the demonstration, you can download the Google Assistant app on your phone, and you can practice most of the things we've done today. So you can get the Google Assistant app from the App Store or the Google Play Store, and all you need is a Google account to sign in. Okay, I will leave you with one final thing. Google can do fun things also, like you can, in these times, it has this little fun thing you can do with your kids maybe. Okay, Google, help me wash my hands.
Wash your hands for 40 seconds, please. Some will chase the germs away so you don't cough and sneeze. Lather up your hands about a half a minute more. Get in between each finger, you can never be too sure. Clean your hands, and if you're getting bored, remember, friend, that in the end, good health is your reward.
Okay, brilliant. So you can see how it can be a bit of fun. That's great, and thank you very much for watching and listening. If you have any questions, you can email labs@ncbi.ie, and we're also here to support you in setting up the device. Thank you.
Great stuff, Joe. Really powerful little devices, aren't they? And very useful just to see the tie-in with TV services like Netflix as well. So Joe's joining us now to be able to answer some of your questions, Joe. That was, I think that was maybe quite some risky choices there for playing the TV shows there. We were happy enough there was nothing that we had to to bleep out there.
No, I was very lucky. I didn't get any of those
That's great stuff. Joe, we have a few questions for you. And by the way, if anybody has any other questions, please do use the questions panel on the right-hand side of your screen, or you can send them through to labs@ncbi.ie. Just a couple of questions for you, Joe. When you're using the Google Home device, is it easy to set it up if you don't have sighted assistance?
I wouldn't say easy, but I'd say it's very possible. I set it up on my own. What you do need a few things ready. So you have to download the Google Home app onto your smartphone or tablet. You obviously have to plug the device in. And you obviously have to have your Wi-Fi password ready also for that step. So when it comes to it'll guide you through the steps. So you open the Google Home app, and then you will see the Google Nest Mini in the Google Home app, and you double tap on that, and then it'll guide you through all the steps, and it'll tell you to go to your Wi-Fi settings and put in your Wi-Fi password. And the next thing, you have to go back into the Google Home app, and it'll tell you to add your services. For example, your music services like YouTube Music, Spotify. You might have your Netflix account at the ready. You could add that also. You could already have smart light in your home. You could also add that. And then eventually you'll get to the stage where you'll have to agree to the terms and conditions and finish. And you can start talking to your Google Nest Mini.
Okay, excellent. Very good. Just another question that's come in here, just about the setup. I suppose we can include it in here because it's kind of relevant to that. Does Google Home work without a Chromecast? And the kind of specific that's mentioned here is, for instance, will it work a smart TV if you don't have a Chromecast?
It will, yeah. It will. It'll work a smart TV, especially some of the most recent ones, because they should have Chromecast built in or casting services built in. So I suppose some of the smart TVs have Android built in, so they should have Chromecast. And also you can buy a Google product with a smart display built in also, the Google Nest Hub. It's a little bit more expensive than the Google Nest, but for some people it would be worth it because you can do video calls on it, and you can watch YouTube straight out of the box. You don't need to connect it to your TV. I'm not 100% does it have Netflix capabilities as of yet. I don't have one myself, but as far as I know, Netflix isn't available on the hub as of yet, but YouTube is definitely available.
Okay. Yeah, very good. That's handy to know. So it can be used, maybe a little bit more limited, but it can be used with a smart TV. What sort of music services are available to connect to on Google Home?
The one good thing about Google Home is you can get a few free services, like unlike a couple of other smart speakers. You have to pay. I know the fee is small, but you can get the free version of Spotify links up with to Google Home, and also the free version of YouTube Music, which is very good. There is a paid version of YouTube Music, which gives you more control and more access to more channels. But the free one is also quite good, So they're the two main ones.
That's really handy. Google, very good. Thanks.
Don't forget about Google Play Music also.
Yeah, excellent. That's really good. It's handy, actually. It's a good little feature that you're able to use some of those free accounts on the Google Home. Another question that we had here, because you were shown controlling a light source using the Google Home smart speaker. So are those bulbs, those smart light bulbs, are they expensive?
Well, they are expensive, I suppose. You can get a box of 2 for approximately €50. The white lights are cheaper. If you want to get the coloured lights, you're talking. Look, there's offers sometimes, I suppose, between €40 and €60. And if you have a lot of lights in your home, you're better off to buy a hub, so you can do different things with them, create scenes and do all sorts of fancy stuff. But to buy single lights, there between a single white light is something like €25, and a single coloured light is something like €5. And there is a lot of specials on in some of the shops for you can buy 2 packs and 4 packs and things like that But Philips isn't the only brand. You can buy Lifex. They're a little bit cheaper. You don't have to buy a hub with those ones. And there's also cheaper version of it's called Toya, but they're not available in the shops. So you usually buy them online, and they can connect to the Philips hub also. So look, you'll have to shop around, but for around the €50 mark.
Okay, yeah. So I suppose it's kind of the same with a lot of things, isn't it? It's just shop around, see what deals you can get.
You can build it up over time. You know, you can buy two, and then maybe as you go along, you might buy a bedroom one in a few months' time, that kind of thing, and eventually you'll have all your lights replaced.
Yeah, very good. And just one last question that we have here from a listener here. I have a Google Home Mini, and I've been unable to play music from the Go Loud app on it. Does Joe have any suggestions?
Yeah, well, Google Home doesn't support apps. It's not like Alexa where you can use skills. But I noticed the Go Loud app, it basically plays numerous... it's like a hub for numerous podcasts and numerous radio stations. And as far as I know, they're all Irish. So if there was particular ones you liked on the Go Loud app, for example, they have the Ian Dempsey Show. All you have to do is ask Google, play the Ian Dempsey Breakfast Show podcast. Play the Ian Dempsey Breakfast Show podcast. Or you could also, there's also Dermot and Dave. Okay, Google, play the Dermot and Dave podcast. So you'll have to ask for each podcast individually rather than going into the Go Loud app and flicking left and right like you do on your iPhone. It doesn't have that function.
Okay. Yeah.
But it will play everything that's available on the Go Loud app. It's just a matter of knowing the names of each particular show you want to play.
Very good. So hopefully that'll answer the question there for our listener. Thanks very much for that, Joe. Appreciate all the work that went into creating the video there for us and the clear answers to those questions as well. Okay. Now, from one Joe to another, in this week's Seeing It Your Way, we catch up with Joe McPhillips to find out if there's anything Apple have ever made that he doesn't like. Oh, you're very welcome to the show. Joe, would you mind giving us just a little bit of a background for yourself, your story, if you like?
I'm a man of 46 years of age. I worked in the construction industry pretty much since leaving school. And then at 33 years of age, I was working and my right eye hemorrhaged. It's all due to diabetic. My right eye hemorrhaged and then my left eye hemorrhaged. And about 6 weeks later, I was blind. I couldn't see my hands. And that's what happened to me 12 years ago. And my life went totally haywire. But here I am talking on the phone, talking technology to yourself and the good people listening. So there you go.
So things have improved from there. But that must have been a huge impact on your life right at the start when that happened. Can you tell us a bit about that, about the impact it had on your life?
It was just amazing for all the wrong reasons. I was actually working. I was at a job up in Kilkenny and literally sitting down for my tea break. 10 o'clock and all the tools out, etc., etc. All my day, Monday morning, going along naturally. Nothing to tell me I was way ahead at all. And I remember just looking at the radio in the van, turned on the radio, had the flask in my hand, sandwich in the other hand, took a sip of tea, bite the sandwich, and my right eye hemorrhaged, and I couldn't see absolutely nothing out of my right eye. And if someone needed to visualize that in a way, because they've taught me sight glass now, but if you ever mixed blackcurrant into a glass of water, and it was just, it went like that, and then it just thickened up. So I ended up down in the ophthalmic surgeon's place in Waterford, and it went from bad to worse. He looked at my left eye then, and he said there's often growths and hemorrhages at the back of that, and it's just not good. And within 6 weeks, heading for my birthday in March, I went from working and being fully functioning to someone who couldn't see his hands or his face in the mirror or his feet or clothes or anything.
That must be very difficult, not just for yourself. How did your family kind of react to that?
Oh, I think everybody was in shock. I hit denial big time. And I didn't think it had happened to me. I'd handled it. And all the surgeons and consultants, they're all wrong. And I'll be grand, and I'll come back out the other side.
Yeah.
But I was very lucky in the partner I have, Dahlia. She stood by me, and we were only after moving in together for 5 or 6 months when all this happened. We moved in together in 2007 in August. And then by March, I couldn't see her, but she stayed with me, and we'd no reason to stay. We weren't engaged or kids or nothing, and she stayed. She was the rock that I built the rest of my foundation around as such in my own family. I know it got to my parents a good bit, but I have a brother and sister, and they were solid too, but they didn't know how to ask or act, and it's just lack of information, I suppose.
Yes.
And I just went forward from there. I did get into depression and go downhill fast, and it took me a good year to even say get in touch properly with the NCBI and the guide dogs and whatever other facilities and people that are out there. But I think the acceptance part of it is very hard to get and very hard to come to.
Yes.
But, I think, it's mind over matter at times too. And I know it's easy to say you have to accept, but like, when I sound too heartstrong, I have a son that's 10, I've never seen him. I have a daughter that's 16, I haven't seen her since he was 4. And that's just harsh realities. But then having said that, my son Big was going up with it, and so was my daughter really out of that. And it's just second nature to them.
Tell me something, Joe, from what you're saying there. I mean, that was obviously a particularly kind of dark time in your life in terms of how you were having to deal with it as well. How did you get from that point to this point where you're kind of quite confident with the world around you and you're able to kind of get on with life, I suppose?
Getting comfortable with the world again was very, very hard. I never liked losing. I never liked to give in. That's the worst, actually. I never liked to give in. I'd always back at something, let it be work or life or problems or issues. I'd always try and face them head on. But this is a time that I had to change my mindset in the way that I had to accept. I just had to accept the cards that they were dealt, and I can't reshuffle or repack them or whatever. And I just had to say, right. And it did take a good year and a half, 2 years of, sitting on the couch, feeling extremely sorry for myself, crying, etc., and just wondering why.
Yeah.
And, and then, I don't know, there's just one day that you just get up and, you don't pan out, or you don't touch the walls as much, and then you kind of, you know where the handle for the door is to the toilet, you know where the seats, you know where things could be or couldn't, you can find your shoes, and then you just start remapping, sort of mental mapping, I think, and start remapping whatever it is, and you start talking to your family and saying, look lads, I need the chairs put back in when you leave the table, I need this and that, and then I can walk a little bit more comfortably in my own house or in my parents or friends, and I kind of got to grips with it, and now they'll have a laugh and a joke with me as much as I'll have a laugh and a joke with them, but it really all comes down to acceptance and meeting good people and taking the advice you're given, because sometimes you just won't take advice, and some people might have said I was bull-headed back in the past or something. There's my way or the highway, but you just have to.
But you weren't
roll with the punches. You have to roll with the punches too and say, Jesus, and then having to put out your hand and meet other people you've never met and take their elbow and accept the guidance and accept the new familiar, I suppose, or something. It's
the new normal is the way people are talking about things at the moment, and I guess there's an element of that in there as well. It's like a new normal to adapt to.
That's exactly it. And I laugh at these people and they say, they can't see their kids and this and that. And I'm like, Jesus, I'd like to see the grass. Or see the clouds or something without being too dark and thick. But, you still have your wits about you. You can get out and move on. There's a lot to life. and the partiality of the virus now at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me something. Just it's quite a journey that you've been on already. What sort of a part on that journey did technology play?
Well, technology is huge. I wasn't really a tech person. I laugh at this now, and I think some of your listeners might or your colleagues, but I was there. We was in with Dahlia in August 2007. Very quick story. We waited for the January sales, and we were going to buy the big telly and the computer. Now this is the truth, never had a computer in my life. Never had a nothing. Just didn't. It didn't come in a letter, or if I didn't get drawings for a walk or a map or whatever, right? That was it. Like, I wasn't going emails and all. Like, what? Wait, that's just technology. That's for young people at home, you know?
Yeah.
So I tapped along and we bought that computer in the January sales. And 2 months later, I couldn't see the keyboard, couldn't see the screen. So that was my introduction to technology, or my lack of it. And then after that, then my lovely woman, Eva Josh is her name, and she came up and she was doing some stuff for me up in the house, and she just put a touchscreen phone into my hand, and because I was giving out about my Nokia N95 and the buttons and the alphanumeric keypad and all that.
Yeah.
Just not back and broken up and bits hanging off it and whatever. And she put in the iPhone into my hand and said, look, this is the way it's going to be. If you want, you should learn this. But there was nothing on it. I mean, pure blank, like some glass. And I said, that's big money, and will I be able to do this? And this will be a waste of money or whatever. So I went along and I bought an Apple iPhone.
Yeah.
First bit of technology I got. And started fiddling around with finger gesture. Hadn't a clue. But I have good friends.
It takes a bit of getting used to right at the start, doesn't it?
It's very rewarding when you get to put your fingers the right way and it actually does what you think it should do. And you're swiping left or double tapping and flicking up and down. And,
yeah.
But I think it's like a new job. You're learning your routine and what works and what doesn't. And it was just by literally burning the midnight oil. As I said earlier, I wouldn't give up, and I kept going and going and going. I had to learn it. And then now it's my go-to technology device.
Yeah.
Big time.
And what would you say you use the iPhone particularly for? What are some of the situations that you would find that particularly helpful?
Well, the iPhone, I use it all the time in every possible situation, from, good Lord, everything. Emails, text, phone, independence, stay in touch with people, maps, if I'm in a different town or city, if I'm out and we're spinning on the road. And I have the app Foursquare, and you can just type into it, like looking for a place for food or this and that. And it'll tell you, it'll give you directions, it'll give you the distance, what they serve, a sample menu or something. You don't have to buy the software to go with the hardware. You know, it's in it, it's on it, and yes, the Apple devices are dear, but I find it extremely good value. I can't compare to Android. I never crossed that divide.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't go to the dark side.
Oh, stop! That's a sensitive subject here at the moment.
I know.
Like this.
I was listening. Well, Apple is getting my vote anyway, and that's what it is.
Yeah, well, with the new SE as well, it's going to be hard to beat.
Yes.
Do you use much else in terms of kind of hardware tech? Do you use?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. Oh God, I'd say everything that Apple ever brought out is brought. I bought the phone first, then I got an iPod that I could stick in my radio. So I wanted, actually 2 years ago, I think you helped me with my CD collection and how to cross it over and put it into the iCloud. That's come back a while. But then I got the iPod, and then after that I got an iPad, and then the Apple TV, Apple Watch, and then my latest addition to my Apple ecology system was the AirPods.
You've everything Apple.
Yeah, but they just all sync and join up and go together, and it gives you, as I said, it gives you a nice vein of pleasure that you might be totally blind as I am, or you might have low vision, and people I talk to and you meet, and you go, did you try this? Or did you try that? Or what's this? And
Yeah.
everyone gets talking because it's a very level playing field. And let you have sight or no sight or wherever you are, like, the technology side of it is excellent. Like, I even, as I said earlier, I have diabetes, and I managed to get a Libre sensor now, which is a little thing with the size of a pound, a euro coin. It literally sticks on your arm, a sucker thing. And I can scan that with my smartphone now, and I can give me my blood sugars straight away.
Yeah.
Without having to prick your finger or do the blood testings.
Yeah.
There's all little things like that coming out. And
do you use any of the AI tech that's out there? Obviously, you've got it on the phone anyway with Siri, but do you use much else?
Yeah, I have a smart speaker. I only recently got into the smart speakers. I got an Alexa Echo, and it's very good. There's only 4 buttons on it, but I haven't touched one of those buttons at all. It just sets up, it works, it talks to you, it does what it says in the thing, and it's so handy. It just gives you more and more independent. I'm using timers and that. With cooking, and I can't see the clock in the cooker, blah blah, but I can put in a pizza for myself and the young fella. I set the timer at 10 or 15 minutes on the smart speaker, and away it goes, you know. And then I upgraded the Sky equipment today. I found it very frustrating that you couldn't record and do things with the old system because it wouldn't talk to you. And now, when the Sky Go on the phone and with the remote control that you have now with Sky Q, you can press the button, talk into it, and change to the channel, pause the telly, go to whatever you want on, and that's very intuitive and coming back to you. There's a great app out there if people wanted to get it. I don't want to talk apps, but
give us a few ideas of apps that you like, actually.
And there's one out there. I always had a great passion for books, and Borrow Box is the name of the app. And it's in association with all the Irish libraries. You have to be a member of the library, get your card and library membership thing or whatever. And away you go, and you can look up their audio books and the digital format as well, and just reserve them and get them and stay up to date and different things. And then I also have Audible and that kind of stuff. But as for apps, there's a Microsoft app out. You can get it on the Apple. It's Seeing AI, and that's SWING AI, and that's excellent. That's free, and it's a must get. I don't know if it's out on Android, but it's definitely a must get. And if you just fiddle around with that, it'll do short text, long text. It's not my head, short text, long text.
Now, when you say just so that people can kind of understand what you're saying there, when you say it'll do short text and long text, what does it actually do?
If the short text now would be if I say 3 or 4 envelopes came in my post, and I don't want to open Dahlia's mail or Jacob's or whatever. Yeah. So I can just hold my phone over. There's no pressing buttons. There's no anything, and it'll just within 3 or 4 seconds, it'll start reading the name and address that's on the letter. Excellent. So if it comes in and says Joe Michael, blah blah, I'll open that and flip it out into say like A4 size. So it's gone from just reading a few lines. That's the short text. And it's gone to reading long text. Then you hold it over. What I usually do for the right height for me is I put my elbows on the table and just hold my phone out. Flat from there, and it'll scan the A4 size sheet. So that'd be long text to me, and it could start with your address at the top, and then it'll come down long, and then it'll break it down. It could be a bank statement, it could be anything, personal letter, doctor appointment, different things that are private to yourself, and you don't want other people going, geez, can you read that for me, please, or whatever. You lose your independence. But it goes along with short text, and then it'll also read barcode. So say if you're cooking or the bit that you would do, if you had herbs or something that you like, you can hold up your little herb container. It'll scan the barcode and tell you that's black peppercorn, that's sea salt, that's
brilliant, isn't it?
Oregano, and it's all free. That's the big one. It's all free.
Yeah, it's a good point to make, because while a lot of the devices you might buy are kind of costly enough, you're actually getting some of these apps for free, which make a life-changing difference, actually, sometimes.
I stopped paying for apps. Like I paid over 100 odd quid for different apps for help with reading books and text and things like that. But OCR and optical character recognition and things. But they're extremely pricey. But now there's a lot of, with the push that's on governments worldwide and different things, they're all like inclusive. They want to make an inclusive society and then move forward to help people with accessibility and even, let's have a hearing problem or manual or whatever.
That's kind of really helpful, though, those ideas about the way that you use different apps and everything, because to be honest, people like to hear just, are they actually practical in everyday life? And it certainly sounds like a lot of these things have made a big difference to your life. If you were to kind of describe the overall influence that a lot of this kind of tech, these different apps and different devices have had in your life, how would you describe it?
I would describe it as perhaps giving me back some of the life I lost.
Yeah.
It gave me back some more independence instead of, asking what's this, what's that. You can scan, you can look, you can point your camera, it'll talk back to a lot of ways of what's around you, what's there. Even, be my eyes, things like that. They're all. Don't be afraid to use them. Is what I'm trying to say. Like I was a technophobe back in the day. Just mobile phone. I would be looking if it wasn't full of sawdust or something when it worked. that was a mobile phone to me. It was to make calls, take a call, and send a text maybe. But that was it. And then. Yeah. But now you just have to roll the punches and change. And there's some great apps out there. Like I started cooking and things. They go step by step with you,
Yeah.
And they say this is number one, this is two, and like your pan on and your heat or whatever. You slowly build up your confidence. I know. Oh, Gordon Ramsay in our hands, but I'm not exactly.
That's where we'll hear from you next.
Say again?
That's where we'll hear from you next. Launch their own cooking show or something. Yeah.
Well, sure, look.
Why not?
Happens,
absolutely. Why not? Tell me something. If you were to kind of give somebody else some more advice, obviously some of the advice you've already given, just not being afraid of it, is actually some really good advice. Is there anything else you'd sort of say to somebody with sight loss who's just getting started with technology?
Yeah, just getting into it. Well, the first thing I'd say, regardless of which device you go for or whatever, I had no experience with a keyboard. I would learn the keyboard, like where the keys are and what the letters are and numbers and all that, and take your time because I hadn't a clue. But if you do that and learn that, you get very, adapt faster at different keystrokes and things. And then after that, then as well, don't be afraid to use the dictation on. For sending text or looking up on the internet, the search box, whatever, just go up there, have it, and you don't have to type it in, go down and we'll find the dictate button, dictate, say what you want, see where it shows up, and then, double tap to where you want to go.
That's a great tip. Yeah.
That'll be just, because anything that makes life easier is a plus, but definitely I'd learn the keyboard would be a recommendation.
Yeah.
And by all means, try and get in touch with the NCBI or the guidance, wherever you can, and maybe get an Android phone into your hand and get one of the Apple smart or whatever's out there, whatever tickles your fancy.
Yeah.
And then have a go off both of them or talk to yourself or someone else that you meet. And then they get going and then they're ringing everybody and annoying everyone. Then they blame you. That's part of life.
That's it. Very good. That's been really good advice, and it's been good to catch up with you, Joe. Appreciate your comments on that. I think a lot of people will identify with some of the things that you mentioned, but also I think it's a bit of an eye-opener as well for people at times to just hear about how others are using technology. So that's brilliant. So our thanks once again to Joe McPhillips. We always love to hear from people who are using technology in their everyday lives. So if you'd like to take part, please do email us at labs@ncbi.ie. Now, all the way through lockdown, NCBI continues to support people living with sight loss, whether that's in using technology or in a number of different ways as well. So if you want to get some advice or support, you can contact our national helpline on 1850 33 43 53. That's 1850 33 43 53. Or you can email us at info@ncbi.ie. That's info@ncbi.ie. Well, that's about it for today. We hope you've enjoyed the show, and hopefully you'll be back with us again next week when we're going to talk about a couple of apps that a lot of people are using to stay in touch. WhatsApp is one of the most commonly used ones. People are using that for video calls as well, but you've probably heard about Zoom. You might have heard good things and bad things about Zoom. Well, we're going to be talking a bit about both of those apps next week, see if there's any major concerns with either of them, and we'll see just what use they can be. So we hope you'll join us next week as we talk about those different apps as well. Just a reminder that if you want to access support from the NCBI Labs team, you can call us from 9 to 5, Monday to Friday on 1850 92 30 60. That's 1850 92 30 60. Or you can email labs@ncbi.ie. And if you'd like to support our services so that we can continue to provide services to those who are blind or vision impaired, you can also visit donate.ncbi.ie. That's donate.ncbi.ie. So I'd like to thank our contributors again this week, our guest Joe McPhillips, and our production team as well, Sean and JP, and we look forward to seeing you all again next week for next week's NCBI Labs live event.